Allie Payne, What She Says expert on parenting teens, is back, and today we're looking at college. From navigating the application process to managing the transition to campus life, Allie joins me with some valuable tips and advice for parents looking to ensure their teen's success in college. Welcome back, Allie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, I can almost hear the tears. It's that mixed reaction. It's joy and distress at losing your teen and sending them away at the same time.
No, right? It is mixed. It is mixed. And, I get parents that write to me about this all the time after they've left. And I think that there's a lot we can do before they leave to avoid some of the resentment, communication breakdown, and just setting our teen up for success before we send them off.
So what's the first thing that parents and teens should do? Or is it something that you try to give the teen a lot of autonomy in terms of next steps?
Yeah, I think that autonomy is critical. Now, there's like a couple key areas I want to cover really quick. So first of all, in the US and Canada, for the most part, applications already have to be in, but there are colleges where you can still be applying. And even though applications are in, you may not have gotten acceptances yet. So you don't know where your student's going. So I'm not going to talk too much about the college application process, except to say this, that if your teenager is resisting it or not seeming to want to be part of it, I need you to get your foot off the gas, because there is something going on behind that is not your agenda. So that's a separate conversation. So autonomy is key, because when your teen is, if they are, and particularly living away from college, okay, I'm not talking about necessarily where you are staying at home, I'm talking about where they're living away. If you are currently your teenager's success strategy across the board, and this is what I mean, if you wake them up for school every morning, you are their success strategy. If you monitor and make sure they do all their homework, you are their success strategy. If you do all their laundry and all of their cooking, you are their success strategy. And as much as many parents believe, but that's my job, that's being a good parent, because somehow it got conflated with morality, that is absolutely setting your teen up to fail when they are away at university. So there is the need for them to build autonomy, because then I get the same parents saying, I am checking their attendance and they've been late to classes and they're not showing up. And I'm thinking, well, hang on. Were you waking them up every morning when they were home? Like, where did we think this was going to? So your teen, if they are choosing to attend post-secondary education and going to be living away, then now is the time to say, okay, I am not going to be your success strategy on every front anymore. How can I support you to develop your own strategy for getting up on time and making sure you get to class on time? Because I'm not going to be there when you're at university. And I don't want it to be a massive fall from grace, because I didn't step back now to help you build some of that. So waking up in the morning, do they know how to do basic meals? Do they know how to do laundry? I know this sounds ridiculous, but these are things that actually reduce anxiety and build confidence as your teen is moving out of home for the first time, not just to go work, but then they've got all the academic pressures, let alone the how to live pressures. And so they need to know these basic skills. That's one thing. The second part I want to quickly touch on is that you and your teenager need to have some agreements, because again, I get messages from parents all the time saying, this is not what I'm paying for, and now they're misusing my funds and all of the things. Totally understand that resentment. Very fair. Did you make an agreement with your teen prior to them leaving? What does respect for your money look like? And is that reasonable? Because I'm going to say, if you are monitoring your teenager's attendance while they are away at college, that's an issue. Like, they want greater autonomy. They want that kind of independence. And even though you may not trust them, that's an issue. So I need you to talk about struggle, talk about failure. University and college is not high school. It is absolutely not the same. You've got to talk about how different it is. Talk about expectations, their expectations of themselves. I went from a straight A student in grade 12 to almost failing out of university because it was so different and I wasn't enjoying it, but I didn't know that it was okay to struggle. I didn't know it was okay to change programs. I didn't like we've got to talk about this whole situation instead of we're taking this child that may have been in an environment that was quite controlled for them, and now we're putting them in an environment where they're literally like a kite flying out in the wind, and then we are cheesed because they're misusing our hard-earned funds.
Yeah, this is such good advice because I feel, it's an exciting time and parents get excited and teens get excited, but then we sort of gloss over the everyday living that has to happen once they're away from your home.
Right, let alone academic expectations, which we need to be careful of because again, C's get degrees. So let's just, high school is not university. And is it okay to change a class? What does it mean to withdraw? What if you don't like that teacher? Do you understand what a syllabus is? Why is it important to know when your midterms and exams are and how much they are of your total grade? These are things that you need to talk about with your teen now.
All right. Well, Ali, I know you have a lot of information on this over on your website. So where can people find out more?
They can find my website at alypain.com, ALYPAIN, or on Instagram and TikTok at Ali Pain.
All right. Thank you so much, Ali. This is enlightening as usual.